8.3, probability applications of counting principles. So we start off and we just need to know that probability is part over total. So we already knew that, but just keep it in mind and don't forget, because sometimes these problems get kind of complicated and we forget what we already knew. Probability is part over total. When you see the word and, a lot of the times that means multiply or means add. So I've got this simple little flow chart. This isn't completely foolproof, but this will get you through a lot of different problems. When you need help determining what problem type it is, especially. So you read the problem and you ask yourself, is this talking about a group from a larger group, some group from a group? And if it's not, then it's usually going to be a fundamental counting principle problem, a blanks problem. But if it is a group from a larger group, then you would ask yourself a second question, does order matter? And if it does, it's a permutation. And if it does not, it's a combination. So keep that handy, keep that in mind. That will help you determine what problem you're looking at. Example 1, Johnny grabbed a handful of 5 marbles from the jar. Part A, how many ways are there to do that? So if you go back to the flow chart, is that problem talking about a group from a group? It is, right? It's 5 marbles out of however many marbles are in this jar. So you need to count up those marbles in the jar. Has anybody counted them yet? How much? 20. Yes, there are 20 marbles in this jar. Okay. So I'm grabbing 5 marbles from the 20 marbles in the jar. So again, flow chart, group from a group, yes. Does the order matter of those marbles? Don't think so. No. So this would be a combination, 20C5. 20C5. So, you should be able to do that on your calculator. Let's check it out, 20C5. $15,504. Now, a lot of times, the setup is just as important as the answer. So make sure you show your work how you set it up, and that way I'll know that you know what you're doing. Part B is a probability question. So don't forget, probability means part over total. Sometimes people get confused with the question that says how many ways are there and probability. But probability is always going to be part over total. You're going to have to answer the question of how many ways in order to find that probability. So probability that all 5 are black. So let's think about this. If we're finding the probability, oh my gosh, I can't even. Why won't this right? Probability that 5 are black. So that means you need to look at the number of ways of getting 5 black over the number total. Okay, remember N means the number of, all right? So that's just part over total. The number of ways of getting 5 black ones over the number total, okay? So think about how we can get 5 black ones, okay? So it's 5 black ones out of how many black ones? Can you see it? Can you count them? I see 10 black ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So order doesn't matter. That's going to be 10, choose 5 to get me 5 out of the 10 black ones. That's what I'm looking for. That's my part. Okay, 5 black out of 10 black. And the total is going to be 5 marbles out of 20 total marbles. Okay? So we're looking at the number of 5 black ones over the total. Okay, so 10 choose 5. is 252, and we already did 20 choose 5 was 15,504. And then usually I don't like reducing fractions like this. This fraction looks too hard to reduce. I'm not going to waste my time reducing. I'm just going to divide and get a decimal. And I would much rather see a decimal. I like 4 digits, 4 decimal places. So 0.0163 is probably what I would prefer. I like 4 decimals there. Okay. Then we want to find the probability of grabbing 3 striped and 2 white marbles. Now notice the word and. Okay. 3 striped and 2 white. Okay. So we want the probability of 3 striped and 2 white. Okay. So think about it's a group from a group. We're getting 3 stripes out of how many stripes? See how many striped ones there are? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it's okay. You can answer me. 6 striped ones, we're choosing 3 of them. And means times 2 white ones out of how many white ones? 4 white ones, we're choosing 2. Okay. And that's really it. And the total, again, there were 20 total marbles, and we were choosing 5 total marbles. Now, one thing I also like to do sometimes, and you probably won't, but I like to think about the implication. When it says 3 striped and 2 whites, it kind of implies that there are 0 others, or in this case, black ones. And so I might go ahead and complete this problem by saying, and there are 10 black ones, and I'm choosing 0 of those. And the only reason I like doing that is because if you notice, 6, 4, and 10 add up to 20, and 3, 2, and 0 add up to 5. So there's a certain kind of consistency where you can see there are 20 marbles, and we're choosing 5, but specifically which 5, okay? So if you want to leave that blue off, you can, but I don't normally do that. So what's 6 choose 3? And 4 choose 2. 20 and 6 on the top. 20 times 6. And incidentally, 10 choose 0 is 1. Anything choose 0 is going to be 1. And 20 choose 5 was 15,504 again. So you're going to have 120 over 15,504. Now, if you like fractions, go with your fraction. Okay, I would recommend reducing it, but I hate reducing weird fractions. I would rather personally see the decimal. Looks like 0.0077. So again, think about what we just found. The probability of grabbing 3 stripe and 2 white marbles from that jar of marbles, very, very low probability there.